Mae Rhaglen Geneteg Defaid Cymru Cyswllt Ffermio yn cynnig cymorth technegol ac ariannol, arweiniad a chyngor i ffermwyr defaid yng Nghymru i gryfhau perfformiad ei diadell, gwella cynhyrchiant a chynyddu proffidioldeb trwy gofnodi perfformiad ei diadelloedd. Performance recording in sheep refers to the practice of systematically recording data on individual sheep traits like growth rates, carcass quality and maternal ability, allowing farmers to identify the best breeding animals within their flock and improve overall genetic performance of their sheep by selecting those with superior traits for breeding. Elan Davies dwi a dwi'n rhan o'r tîm Geneteg Defaid gyda Cyswllt Ffermio. Yn ystod y rhifyn yma fe fyddwn ni'n ymweld â 3 fferm wahanol sy'n rhan o'r Rhaglen Geneteg i weld eu systemau gwahanol a gweld sut maen nhw'n dygymod ar recordio perfformiad a chasglu data ar un o adegau prysuraf y flwyddyn, sef adeg wyna. Gan ddechrau gyda fferm Dinas Island yn Sir Benfro sy'n wyna dan do ac yn recordio a llaw. Welcome, croeso i FCTV.
Dyma ni heddi ar fferm Dinas Island yn Sir Benfro i glywed mwy am system ffermio Neil a Linda Perkins. Fion Hafod ydw i a fi yw swyddog Geneteg Defaid Cymru Cyswllt Ffermio. Clywon ni nawr gan Neil sydd yn mynd i roi trosolwg o'i system i ni.
Welcome to Dinas Island. I'm Neil Perkins. I farm here with my father Roger and wife Linda. We're farming 400 acres, coastal farm, mainly owned by the National Trust, who we are tenants with. We're breeding 1,200 ewes here, predominantly Llyn and Abermacs. We've been performance recording for the last 10 years. The idea is that it helps aid in selection of high performance sheep to make the farm a lot more efficient. So although we are indoor lambing, the aim is that the sheep do everything themselves. We want them to lamb themselves and be able to go back out to grass as soon as possible. The main focus here is that all our lambs will grow off grass alone, and by doing the performance recording it enabled us to select stock that will do this for us. And over the last 10 years we've seen the gains slowly increase, and we wouldn't have been able to do this without the figures. So although we still do a lot by eye and our own records, we find that the performance recording is a very helpful extra thing in the toolbox. So because we're a closed flock here, we breed our own rams to go back across the ewes. So our year basically starts at tupping time, where we single sire the ewes, single sire tup the ewes. We'll record what sires are going to which dams. So once the tups have been in with the ewes, we pregnancy scan them and we'll collect this data and log it onto the computer, which will help later on with the performance recording to know survivability. Then lambing time, the ewes will lamb indoors, and although it's indoors, we want it to be as natural as possible. So any assistance given to the sheep with lambing will be recorded, the difficulty, and any help given to the lambs is also recorded so that we know whether they're able to do it themselves. And then once they're in the mothering pen, there'll be the birth weight will be collected and they'll be matched to the mother so that we can see how well the ewe will rear her lambs. From here then the sheep are turned out to the field, and then once they're in the field they'll be brought in and weighed at 8 weeks of age to get their 8-week weight. And then the final bit of information we record with the lambs will be the 16-week weight when we do ultrasound scanning for muscle and back fat.
So Neil, we're in the lambing shed here now where all the action happens. Can you tell us a bit about your system and when the ewes are brought in and what happens?
Yeah, so the sheep are brought in mid-December. basically when the grass starts running a bit short, and they'll be held in then till we start lambing towards the end of February. And it's quite a tight lambing, 2 cycles the rams are in for, and we'll lamb the bulk of the sheep within the first 2 weeks.
What breeds do you primarily keep on the farm, Neil, and are they all performance recorded?
Yeah, so we have 800 cleans that are performance recorded. The bulk, or half of them are going back to clean, and then the other half would be going to Aberfield. And then we have 400 Abermaxes, which are bred pure for breeding rams.
So here we are in the lambing shed, Linda. This is your forte, the performance recording part of it. Can you talk me through the process, what you do first?
Yep, so we've got our handheld computer. Everything is programmed onto her for her scanning and the ram that she's been to date. So she's had a lamb, so we're going to record the lamb to the mother now. We click. The yellow tag is the EID tag, so it's just scan that and it comes up with all her information and the ram she went to. So we just want to add the lamb. So this one's a boy. So this year our tagging system, the green tags are going in the males. So we scan the tag, and this will be this ram's EID now for the rest of its life. Okay, so his tags, his 2 tags are matching, same numbers, and the EID chip is in the yellow one. And then we weigh him. So he's 5.3 kilos. So we add that to his birth record, and we save and escape, and that's his whole record completed for the start of his life then. So as soon as they've lambed, they've mothered up, everything's fine, and they're ready to be moved out. They get recorded then and tagged and then moved out.
Brilliant.
And anything that happens to him from now on will all be recorded on his birth record.
So after the ewe and lamb have lambed out in the big lambing pen, they're brought through into their individual pens by here. We have on the hay racks here a disc system, and the idea is if the ewe has got good milk and the lamb has been sprayed with iodine and we're happy, we'd put the discs onto amber to say that we're happy. If there was any issue with the ewe or the lamb, we would put it on red. And on this red disc here, we've got a note to say that the milk may be on the low side. And then, so this all helps with our recording. So on the computer screen, once we've scanned the ewe, it'll ask us here to put in the mothering ability. So if we have any issues with mothering, we'd put a score there. So when we're adding the lamb, we'd be looking at the disc where it says low milk. So we've scanned the mother, we'll put a milk score of 2, which means she's not got quite as much milk. We'll add the lamb, and then in the screen for adding the lamb then, you obviously have alive or dead, and so we'd scan the lamb, and we'd put in the sex, and then the breed, and then the birth weight, and then at the bottom here we have the vigour of birth. So if on one of these lambing discs it had the lamb had assistance, we'd be putting in a vigour score, and then we have the ease of birth. So when the lambs are born, we have a system here where if they've had any assistance, they'd have a coloured cable tie put on their leg, and the idea of this is that we know that if they have no cable tie, they wouldn't have been assisted at all. Green cable tie means they've had minor assistance. Then we have an orange cable tie and a red cable tie, obviously as it gets more severe as it goes through. So the cable tie, once we have the lamb being recorded, we'd remove the cable tie. The score would be logged onto the computer, and then obviously the lamb is turned out, and all this data would have been collected and recorded and sent off to the geneticist.
From performance recording then, Neil, what are the main gains that you've seen over the years with your flock?
Well, basically, as I mentioned in the beginning, we wanted to have a flock that would lamb, by themselves and do their own thing and be as natural as possible, even though we're indoors. And we have found over the years now that the assistance in lambing has dropped dramatically. Lambs are sort of hitting the ground and getting up and going, and basically then when they're turned out to the field, you know, we're seeing the gains that they're growing off grass, and seeing those growth rates come in a lot sooner.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. I think it's been absolutely brilliant coming out on farm today to Dinas, seeing what you get up to day over this particularly busy period. Diolch yn fawr iawn for giving us the insight into manual performance recording. Thank you.
Nesaf fewn I draw at Gwydion sydd ar ffarm Tan Llan, Llanefydd ger Dimbych, I weld shw maen nhw'n casglu data wrth wyna tu fas.
Croeso, enw I di Gwydion Owen, swyddog geneteg Gogledd Cymru ar gyfer Rhaglen Geneteg Defaid Cymru. Da ni yma heddiw yn Tan Llan, Llanefydd, Dimbych I gyfarfod â Harry a Cerys. Mae nhw wedi bod yn recordio perfformiad y diadell yma ar y rhaglen ers 2023. Mae nhw yn brysur yn ganol wyna. Da ni'n mynd I weld mwy a clywed mwy am y system perfformio recordiad allan ar y ceia a'r system bori drwy perfformio recordiad hefo llaw.
So croeso I Tan Llan, Harry ydw I, y mab I enga fferm. Nes I ddod adre yn 2021 I ddechrau ffermio, a ni ddechrau'r diadell o Romneys, New Zealand. A dyn ni'n wyna'n 1st of March, gyd allan. Mae'r fferm yn 250 acres, dyn ni efo 800 o fociau. Yn 2021 ni ddechrau performance recordio ddiadell I gyd. O'n I eisiau cael gwell syniad o be oedd y fociau yn wneud o'r cychwyn, I ni gael wneud mwy informed decisions yn symud ymlaen, fel bod y ddiadell yn gwella a gwella o ran perfformiad. Yn bersonol, dwi wedi gweld bod o'n hawsach I ni wyna tu allan efo o ran disease risks a ease of management. Fedrith fi a'n partner I Cerys manager 800 o fociau yn weddol dda, os mae'r tywydd yn gaddon iawn. So yn October fi ni'n didol o defed mewn grŵps o 80 ar gyfer single sire mating. So Lenny da ni wedi gwneud 400 tuag at Romney pyr, a dyn 400 arall sydd ddim y single sire. Mae heina wedi cael eu croesi efo dyrno a dyrno Beltex I ni gael y croesiad hybrid figure. Lenny, da ni wedi rhoi y hyrddo fewn am 2 cycles yn unig I helpu grwpio nhw yn gynt, a lot hawsach manager rwy'n fel da ni'n mynd ymlaen. Mae pob maharen da ni'n prynu efo performance recording yn blaenorol, a dyn mae pob un efo indexes fel da ni wedi pigo. Fyddai'n edrych am good 8-week weights a good mothering abilities ar gyfer outside lambing. So fi ni'n gwneud pre-tipping weights, da ni'n trio aimio am 65 kilos. So llynedd oedd y mocio ar swage, da ni wedi symud Lenny I nhw fod fewn am 2 fis cyn wyna, a dyn ar ôl nhw fod fewn, fod nhw'n mynd allan 3 weeks cyn wyna, barod yn set stocio. Adeg wyna, mae fi a Cerys mynd o gwmpas, a mae gen i'r recording software efo border software. Da ni'n iwsio'r APR 600 I cymryd gwybodaeth fatha number of am, lambing ease, mothering instincts, ag hefyd rhyw wyn ag y faharen sydd wedi cael ei iwsio. So pryd fi ni'n mynd yn ôl I tŷ, fi ni'n dod ar y handheld device a plygio fo fewn, a dyn bydd y bod y software yn gwneud y cwbl linau wedyn gan grwpio gyd o'r meherin a pob beth. So pryd fi ni'n mynd yn ôl nes ymlaen yn y flwyddyn, mi ni'n gallu gweld pa maharen sydd wedi gwneud perfformio gorau a pa mamocia sydd wedi gwneud y gwell perfformiad adeg wyna. So mae pob ddafad efo flag tag. efo rhif mawr o dan y clustau nhw. A wedyn mae hwnna'n linked i ID number nhw. A wedyn cwbl dyn ni'n gwneud ydy edrych ar sex oen. A wedyn dwi'n rhoi breeding tags yn hyn. Dipio fo fewn surgical spirit. A wedyn number y fam yn fynd ar y oen wedyn. So hefo'r beth ni'n gael hwn di APR 600, so dyn ni'n mynd ar tasks, new task. Dwi'n rhoi rhif y fam, felly gwir 245. A wedyn mae hon, mae'n dweud no assistance a good mothering instincts. A wedyn sganio'r tag, wedyn mae'r tag number dod fyny. A wedyn mae hwn yn female a breed rom text i'r oen yma. Dwi'n meddwl, ar gyfer dyfodol y mociau, dwi'n edrych am mociau sy'n fwy debygol o twinio, bod ni efo fwy o gwell weaning weights a 8-week weights i ni gael y diadell gorau bosib. Wrth recordio, dwi'n gobeithio fydd y mociau perfformiad yn gwella a hefyd fydd o'n cael direct effect ar profitability hefyd. A hefyd mae'n rhoi ffynonellau eraill i ni gael gwerthu breeding stock, cos dwi'n hoffi bod ni'n gallu gwerthu. Da ni'n rhoi pob peth mewn un basged a bod ni'n gallu gwerthu i'w lambs neu meherin yn y dyfodol gobeithio.
Y trydydd fferm mynd i ymweld â hi yw fferm Coleg Cambria Llysfasi, sy'n defnyddio technoleg DNA wrth recordio. Manon sydd yna i glywed mwy.
Helo, fe enw i yw Manon Lewis, rwy'n swyddog Geneteg Defaid Cymru yng Nghanolbarth Cymru. Rydw i yma heddiw yng nghwmni Alun yng Ngholeg Cambria Llysfasi yn ymweld â'i system wyna tu allan gan ddefnyddio technoleg DNA.
Enw i di Alan Jones, fi di'r bigel mewn Coleg Cambria Llysfasi. Da ni ar hyn o bryd am topiau Dyffryn Clwyd. Ar mynyddoedd Clwyd yn mwy na lai. Yma mae'r Defaid Cymreig yn byw rhan fwyaf amser. Mae gen i ddwy diadell. Y diadell yma, Defaid Cymreig, gyda 170 o fogiau a chydig o wyn bani yn dod drwad. A hefyd mae gen ni 450 o Defaid Croes ar ochr Llysfasi, ochr draw i'r cwm ar y prif safle. Mi nathon ni benderfynu gychwyn recordio yn 2023. Oedden ni yn ailadeiladu'n diadell Cymreig. Roedd y nifer oedd ni wedi dod lawr dipyn a nathon ni benderfynu o'n i angen mwy Defaid Cymreig. Hefyd mae'r diadell yn Llysfasi, Defaid Croes yn hanner Cymreig, hanner Texel Abertex. Felly oedd o'n syniad da gwella'r genetics yma gyntaf a gobeithio yn ddysgu ddod drwad i'r diadell Croes yn y blynyddoedd i ddod. Nathon ni benderfynu mynd lawr ochrau'r DNA. O'n i'n gweld lot o manteision o gael genomes yn ôl a gallu ffeindio'r mamau a tadau drwy DNA a samplo felly. Gweld o llai fwy o draffaeth amser wyna yn gorfod tagu rwyn ar ei geni. Gweld o'n dipyn haws. Just rhifo rwyn, marcio nhw a gadael nhw fynd. Cychwyn canol mis Hydref, da ni'n dechrau mynd drwy Defaid Cymreig. A da ni hefyd yn gwneud siŵr bod bob ddafad esbyn sydd o mewn i diadell yn cael ei DNA samplo. O flwyddyn nesaf ymlaen, mi fydd bob peth wedi'i samplo yma, heblaw am yr rwyn sy'n cael ei geni. Tra bod ni yn mynd drwy tagu'r defaid, da ni'n pwyso a bod i cynnysio'r defaid ac yn gyrru'n ymlaen i Signet a Unifus. Ta 3-4 mlynedd wan, da ni bod yn prynu hyrfa Pro Hill. Yn bennaf yn mwyn gael yr EBVs a rhifau Signet. Mae'n arf da arall i ni fel ffermwyr, dwi'n meddwl, i gael gwybod be mae'r hwrdd yn gallu cynhyrchu. A hefyd, da ni'n gwybod, os ni'n pigo'r hwrdd iawn, da ni'n gallu hefyd helpu gwella'r diadell wrth wneud hynny. Da ni'n dod yma dwywaith y dydd, beth gyntaf bore, a trio dod yma beth ola gen i dwysu. Da ni reit diffaff, mae di gwir, trio gadw pethau mor hawdd a fedra ni. Da ni'n marcio y twins efo'r rhif, a trio reid llythyren ar y single. Da ni'n newid lliw bob wythnos, mwyn cael gwybod rhyw syniad o dyddiad geni, fel da ni'n mynd yn ymwlyna. Da ni hefyd yn recordio unrhyw broblemau wyna, os o beth i prolapsio, neu os o ryw ddafad yn gweith yn magu'n dda. Hefyd, da ni'n hefyd yn recordio pob beth sy'n marw, yna bod o'n ddafad neu noen. Weithiau fel enni, da ni'n ffindio oen ar ganol cae, da ni'n siŵr pwy bu ar oen, da ni wedi cymryd sampl o'r glust, a wnawn ni ffindio hynny nes ymlaen drwy cymryd samples DNA, a ddeud y record nef nôl at y famog. Mae'n reit bwysig. Mae'n rhoi record yn ôl i ni beth sydd wedi digwydd. Mae'n rhoi hefyd y record yn ôl ar y famog, os ydyn ni'n gallu ffindio fo, a hefyd ac ar yr hwrdd. Dydwch fe hynny gael colli lot o wyn, ydyn ni'n gallu ffindio problemau drwy felly, os yna rhyw beth geneteg yn digwydd. Dros y blynyddoedd, da ni bod yn recordio rhyw chydig bach, fel gwannol bethau, gwannol prosiectau o blaen. Dwi'n gweld yr wyna a hel data DNA yn lot haws. Mae llai o straen ar y ddafad, llai o straen ar y rwyn. Dech chi'n cymryd eich amser i gorau tacio'r rwyn. Dwi'n gweld bod chi'n gallu gadael yr rwyn fynd yn gynt efo'i mam, os chi'n gallu safio styrpio gymaint nhw. Hefyd, mae'n rhoi 100% efo'r DNA pwy bia bob oen a beth ydy tata nhw. Felly, o gwmpas wythnos 17-21 oed yr oen, mae unrhyw ystod yma i wneud backscanio muscle a fat scanning. Mae'n yn hollol bwysig i'r prosiect. Eto, mae'n rhoi gwerth ar EBVs o ddafad, hwrdd, da ni'n defnyddio. Fel dwi wedi sôn, oedden ni yn ail-adeiladu'n diadell Cymreig. Oedden ni efo roed yn mynd lawr yn reit isel, lawr i'w dan 100, da ni 170 ar hyn o bryd. Y pwrpas oedd gwella geneteg y diadell fel da ni'n adeiladu. A drwy gwella fan hyn, gwella diadell ar draws y ffordd hefyd, y prif diadell Cyswllt. Ond o fan hyn mae'n cychwyn, i ddweud y gwir. Gwella fan hyn a mi wellith o'ch o draw rhywun bryd, gobeithio. Hefyd yn ffodus iawn i cael gwaith ymchwil ychwanegol, enghraifft o prosiect Meithrin. Ie, da ni'n gweld bod ni yn y prosiect yma am blynyddoedd i ddod. Mae'n dŵl da iawn i ni fel bugeiliaid a ffermwyr, dwi'n meddwl, i gael gwella yn diadell drwy geneteg. Dwi'n siŵr fy ni'n hel data am rhai blynyddoedd i ddod.
Am rhagor o wybodaeth ynglyn â Rhaglen Geneteg, ewch i wefan Cyswllt Ffermio, neu croeso i chi gysylltu gydag unrhyw un o'r tîm. Diolch yn fawr iawn i'r tair fferm am adael i ni gael mewnwelediad i'w system ffermio nhw a'r broses o gasglu data adeg wyna. Cofiwch dan ysgrifio i sianel Cyswllt Ffermio a chadwch lygad mas am rhifynnau arall o FCTV dros y misoedd nesaf. Diolch i chi gyd am wylio, wrtha i a phawb sydd wedi cyfrannu at y rhifyn yma. Hwyl fawr.